Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, my name is Sunny and I have a cute pick a card reading today. Today's topic for today's reading is going to be what's the tea on you. So I have 3 piles for you guys. Pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile number 3 is on the right side. So stop the video if you feel like you need more time, otherwise skip to the timestamp in the description or comment section and I'll see you at your pile or piles of your choice. So for the first pile, in case you're wondering, it's the little cute cup. I used to have more mugs, like little cups, mugs. I think these used to be so popular in the 2000s, but I don't know where I left them. I could have sworn I had them all in one place, and I don't know what happened to them, so oh well. And then the second pile is a cute little crystal. Quartz. Rose quartz, by the way, sorry. It's a heart-shaped quartz, but I can't stand it up, so oh well. And the third one is a little bookmarker with Little Miss Sunshine. But if I move it, it kind of just, yeah. So I'm going to move these forward so I can kind of focus on the cards now. So, let me see. I don't want it. There you go. So pile 1. Your cards, you have the Devil upright. So this is them, their energy. And then 4 of Wands upright. And then this is you with the 7 of Swords reverse. So I think from this reading, for you guys, I think that you guys, they see you as someone who learned to walk away to build their stability. This is more or less what I feel that's what their thoughts and their outcomes and stuff like that. And I feel that you walked away from unfavorable situations, maybe from like a harsh environment. Sorry, I didn't want to burp. From a harsh environment, like cold, sterile environments. Maybe it wasn't the best, but you know, you managed yourself, right, as best as you could. And I think that they felt like you broke that cycle and that contract, that karmic contract. Maybe how like Saturn in the 4th or something like heavy aspects. Maybe in the 3rd, but I do think that you learn to walk away to get yourself into higher grounds. It feels like you build yourself a lovely home. They can kind of see that. It feels like they can, I feel like they watched you possibly online and you posted pictures of your home. I think your homebody. They feel like you build yourself a nice little cozy place with, you know, maybe the white little picket fence everybody always complains about, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not always everyone's tea, but you know, it's still cute. You think you probably have a lovely home. I think you're the kind of person that decorates your home space quite frequently, according to the holiday time and stuff like that. And maybe there's some envy in there. The devil is still kind of like jealousy and envy to some extent. So I do think that maybe they kind of like side eye you because you have a lovely home, a lovely space, a lovely family. I think you kind of just went kind of dark on them, and you kind of just distance yourself, and you kind of don't say much about your emotional messes, right? But you still, I mean, everyone's messy to them, but they kind of keep that to themselves. It's not something you're going to air out. You don't air out your laundry, power 1. And I do think that they see that. They see that you're someone who feels and reeks of stability. Someone that's worked very hard, likely for what you've accumulated thus far. And it took a lot of mental strength of you to learn to kind of jump through loopholes to basically get to that point. I think you really did a number on, they don't see the hard work right up front, but they can kind of sense it. I think sometimes just because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't recognize it to some extent. So they see it, they visualize it, and they know that they know that you deserve it, but that doesn't stop them from feeling some sort of resentment or jealousy that they wish they had what you had to that extent, right? So they, not necessarily that they want your taste, but they do think like, oh, you know, look at how lavishly their home looks, very Libra or Taurus, or look at how aesthetically pleasing it is to the eye, or how well mannered her kids and pets are, or how kind her partner or his partner is to them. So they just imagine you have everything that they wish that they could have, but that's more like a mentality thing. It's like you stop yourself from having that. That's your own issue, not yours, right? Not theirs. You get what I'm trying to say. But I do think that there's some envy here. I do think they wish you might have been stuck in the same place in the same rut as they are, because that would loneliness of no how does the saying go? Misery loves company. And I think they want you to be as miserable as they are, but you kind of don't relate to them anymore. I think you just kind of walked away from that. You learn to go with the obstacles that life has given you, and you've making lemonade out of lemons. So they very much see you. They do kind of keep an eye on you, but they don't overly stalk you, because they don't like to there's not much they can say about you, because they think you're pretty clean cut, pile one. But they might just say, oh, did you see so and so? Oh yeah, they're having a family party, yay, but they kind of mention things to see if other people might bring up something against you, so that they can kind of eat at it. But there's not really anything that they can kind of do that, because you're kind of pretty calm, pretty much a homebody. You don't really kind of mess with other people, so it's not like they have much to say, but they kind of can be a little bit snarky here and there when they think you've had too much of good things coming your way. So that's what people think about you, Paolo. That's more or less that embodiment. I mean, even the little SpongeBob here is having a great time. So he's like, tra la 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 la. I can't make that squeaky, tra la la la. I can't. He has such a high-pitched sound. I do think I'm squeaky, but not that squeaky. So I do think that he is in his own world. I think you're in your own world, in your own space, having fun. You don't mind what's going around you. So I don't think it's really your mentality of keeping up what's eating at them. But sometimes you're just curious, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I hope that helped pile one. On to pile number two. Pile number two, you have the 9 of Pentacles upright, the Emperor upright, and the Hierophant upright. Oops. That was dumb. Dumb of me. So, pile number 2. What do people think about you? What's the tea on you? I find it very interesting how there's a single... sorry. I don't want my throat to start giving out. There's a single person that's kind of it's like a portrait on each card. So yes, this is them, this is what they think, and this is you. So it's interesting to me how it's like I keep thinking of a mentality of me. So the 9 of Pentacles, someone that's stable, it's like someone's happy, kind of in their own garden, enjoying their fruits, right? Their fruits of labor. They're someone who kind of is joyful, self-sufficient, and that's them, right? Or at least that's how they perceive themselves. So maybe they're your friends. I think that maybe they could be your friends that are kind of keeping an eye on you, and then they could think you're kind of they could think you're ruthless. Pile number 2, which is kind of funny because you chose the quartz, right? The quartz, the rose quartz as your pile. So it's interesting that it's like a dichotomy between both energies of someone who's soft and sweet, but then this gives off someone that's ruthless, someone who knows how to fight, someone who's on the defensive mode. So maybe you're defensive with your friends because they're being nosy, or they're giving you too much, how can I say? They're giving you somehow this energy of where they could be kind of inputting themselves into your choices, right? And that can not go well with you. You can be a good friend. You have the Hierophant. So this is someone who's kind of like in the high horse, someone who's preachy, but it just feels like, I mean, they can be. But as a representation of you, you're someone that can take the high ground. But you're also someone that shows you have you have your claws. So yes, you can be dignified, you can be diplomatic when you need to. You know how to show the masses what they want to hear, because again, there's people here kind of listening to them, right? The Hierophant is someone who's being listened to, who's being acknowledged, someone who has wise words of wisdom, and you can be a good friend, but I also think you can be pretty harsh. So maybe, I feel like for this one, though, it's a T on you. I think it's regarding your friendships. Possibly people that are close to your vicinity that you can get along with, more than likely, but there's something that's kind of being in disagreement. And they're seeing you as a Hierophant, sorry. And I feel like maybe, or they could see you as a bit of a workaholic too. It doesn't always have to be someone that's aggressive. Someone who's also a workaholic, who's in the grind, who's like constantly going. It doesn't give pentacle energy, but it does feel like you're very motivated and fired up to do something that really kind of got you going, and you're in work mode. You're someone that's kind of like, I don't have time for friendships. That's just a distraction. I need to kind of get to it. Like, I have a work mentality. I have a tunnel vision. I feel as someone you're ready for battle, you're ready for arguments, but you're someone that kind of may disagree with them in terms of options. So that's the T on you. They could possibly disagree on how you go about your goals. That's more than likely what's going. What's the T on you between them and you? They would go they see themselves as I kind of get a picture now much better. They would probably achieve your goals by softer means, by calmer routes, by dedication, by slow dedication, and you're like, no, I don't have time for that. I'm not gonna wait. I want it now, and I need to do this now. So I'm gonna go at it full throttle. I'm not gonna stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Put the metal to the how does it go? Put the pedal to the metal. There you go. And I'm going full speed. You're not stopping for anyone. Aries energy is someone who's always like, go, go, go. I'm not stopping. So I could feel that your friends see you as that. And they're like, oh, why can't you just take it slower? You don't have to go so hard. Like, no. Like, I feel like you like hit the table, sorry. And you're like, no, I'm gonna just do it my way. Stop meddling. Do your thing. Like, just leave me alone. Like, very independent, strong-headed, strong-worded, I feel, but you're someone that's made up your mind. I feel like you're very fired up, and the reason I say that is because there's so much, like, fire in this Emperor. The reds are standing out, and in the Hierophant, there you go. In the Hierophant, it's the same, maybe different colors of shades of red, but it's someone that's vibrant, so you're burning hot, and you're going through a goal, and you're meeting your goal, and you're someone that's, like, in your main character energy, and it's interesting to see how your friends are like, oh, you can just kind of take it slower, enjoy the view, stop and smell the roses, and you're like, no, I don't got time for that. I have a strategy, and I'm going to use it, and I need to get here, and you're not going to help me if I stop and smell the roses. That's useless. It's pointless. I feel like that's why you're a little bit calculating and cold, because like your words can be a little bit hurtful, a bit harsh, you're a little in the masculine energy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Kind of live for that. I think it's so funny because your friends are like, come on, just like chill, and you're like, no. That's for the weak. So that's the T on you, pile number 2, which is kind of funny. I feel that now I understand why you chose this. There's love and affection here, but it's like tough. You have a tough exterior. You're marshmallow, but not when you have your mind set on something. It's like, I will push anyone that gets in my way. You're either helping me or you're in the way, and that's the way it is. So I'm very happy you're very determined and motivated, pile number 2, but don't be so harsh on your friends if that's the case. Your friends are just trying to help, but it's understandable why your friends are different. That's why your friends are always going to think differently than you. But don't be so harsh. So I hope that helped pile 2. I will start with pile number 3. Pile number 3, your cards are the Ace of Cups upright and the Magician reversed And the Eight of Cups, reverse. Upright, sorry. So pile number 3, what's the gossip on you? I think your friends, maybe, or people that are around you. Because this is Ace of Cups upright. So imagine this is the energy, this is them. And then this is you, and then this is more or less some ideas of what they're thinking about. So they're kind of giving you maybe verbal advice that comes from the heart. They really mean well with their intentions, because look at this Ace of Cups is pouring their emotions into this cup and showing it to this person, but you're walking away. So maybe okay, is this a specific individual that you're not interested in? Pile number 3, that you're kind of walking away from this person because you don't think this person's good enough for you. You don't resonate with them anymore. Maybe it's just you're not vibing. You tried, but it's just not working. You're walking away. There's no more magic. The Magician's reverse, so there's no more magic. You can't. Is this a relationship? Is this a relationship we're talking about? Pile number 3. Are you walking away from someone that just doesn't make you feel that spark anymore? That could be one scenario, or a different scenario is that them, but I think it's a specific person. I don't feel it's multiple people in this. I definitely think it's just one person. But again, you're just kind of walking away from this person, pile number 3. It feels to me that you possibly know them. You've had interactions with them, conversations with them. You kind of poured out your feelings with each other and kind of been pretty upfront and honest about what's going on in your minds and your hearts, and you've kind of tried to make it work to some extent, but it's just not working. You can't. It feels like you don't have anything at your disposal to make it work anymore. It's like you used all your cards. This person's used all their cards, and there's nothing. You guys, it's like karmic cycle ending. And you're walking away. So you're walking away because you feel like you've elevated yourself, you don't resonate with this person. This person's just not thinking about your highest good, or you just don't think there's anything left of you, anything left in that relationship to really grasp and feel nurtured. This person's trying, or they might have tried in the past, but it's just not working. Or if you don't feel this is like love specifically, like connection, not counterpart, but connection, someone that has been trying to pour their heart out is tried their best, and it's just not working because they're missing that connection. You're walking away because it's just not, they're not at the same level, they're not in the same phase of life. I think you want very different things, and this person maybe projected certain things that they wanted to happen, and they just didn't happen because that's not what you desire. Your goals are not there. Your ambitions are elsewhere. You're walking away to greener pastures. You're not sticking around to see the cups. So if someone poured out their feelings were not heard, or their feelings were heard because it's just not working anymore. It's like it feels like the disillusionment of a connection. And that's the tea on you. You're someone maybe that breaks hearts. And there's nothing wrong with being a heartbreaker, quote unquote, in the sense of, because if you're honest about your intentions, it's not your fault the person gets hurt. You can easily get hurt too. There is always a position where you're going to be the person receiving that pain and you're the person giving that pain. But so long as that honesty was there, that intention was set there, like, this is what I'm dealt with, these are the cards that I'm dealing with, you can't blame that on the other person. So I hope that helped, pile 3. That's the tea on you. I definitely think that you're going into brighter futures. Into a brighter future, pile 3. Hang in there. Don't worry about your past. Don't worry about the people that keep tabs on you. You try to make it work, but it's not gonna work. You're not there anymore. You've evolved. You've become a very different person. You value very different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that person's gonna be fine, or the people that have, poured their heart out to you are gonna be fine as well. They're just gonna have to look elsewhere for their cup to be filled. So let them focus on their own journey, their love journey, their healing journey, and you focus on your own. So I hope that helped, pile 3, sorry. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It helps me out with my algorithm. Thank you so much for listening, and bye-bye, everybody.